Hey everybody, it's Audrey. Today I am sharing a post for Clique Kits and I am doing an art studio post. So today for my page I'm going to get a little artsy. So I wanted to use this fall photo, and I wanted to use some of the more solid colors in the kit because I thought they were actually a really pretty combination of colors for fall, very different. So my goal to make it look more fall-like is to make the background a little bit brown and to bring in some brown. So I am using some mists and water, and you can see already that I did not put gesso on my background, which I know makes it blend differently and warp a little bit more. So I probably should have done that first, but it ends up okay. So but you can see that it does take a while to dry, and it's warping the paper a little bit, but I just flattened it out overnight and it was just fine. So the colors I'm using a glimmer mist and a leather, and this is this kind of yellowish one is a Mr. Huey's, and I think it's just called Classic Tan. So I've gone through and again just painted with some water, and then I'm doing some splatters, and I really like the way it looks. I was trying to mimic these leaves that come in the kit. They are kind of like a copperish colors, and they look like real leaves. Actually, maybe they are real leaves. I don't know. So I was trying to mimic that a little bit. So I wanted to bring in a tad bit more orange. So this is a color called, it's a Mr. Huey's called Hot Dog. And I really watered it down because I just wanted a tad bit of orange in here. So, and I'm doing a few little orangey splatters. So I'm very happy with how the background came out, but I do have to really dry it quite a bit and you know, just let it sit to the side and kind of flatten it out so that it stays flat and doesn't warp too bad. Okay, so we're all dry, and I've pulled out these papers again, and I'm going to just punch some leaf shapes with this kind of maple leaf punch that I have. And I'm just checking the back to make sure that I'm not punching out anything important on the back, which I sometimes forget to do. And I'm realizing these are kind of big leaves, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use them all. I thought maybe I would use this side, but the kind of the watercolor side, but I just decided against that and just go with all the more solid colors. Oh, and here are those real leaves that come in the kit. I'm not even sure what kind of leaves those are, but they're very pretty. And again, they do have like a copper sheen to them, and the background really did match them pretty well. So I'm just going to layer those underneath my photo, and I think at first I'm only going to use one of each color, and because when I put them all on here, it just looks like too much. And then I realized, and then I add these other real leaves over there too, and it was just like, ugh, I was really unsure about this whole thing, and I was not sure about the brown background. So I thought perhaps I should bring in something white to kind of soften it up a little bit, because the background is very white, and then I have the brown, and then all of a sudden the bright colors. So maybe a little bit of white would help just make the design look a little bit more together and completed. So I'm cutting apart this Amy Tan die cut sheet that comes in the kit as well, and it's so pretty. There are a lot of cute little, I mean, I don't know, I just couldn't see using that whole thing on one page. So to me, that's just a sheet to kind of cut apart all those different little bits, and there's little phrases on there and leaves and flowers and a couple little birds and stuff. So you can definitely get a lot out of it, and you could use it for a lot of different pages. So I cut out a few different things. I put this kind of like flower doily shape on there, but it was just too much, and it was taken away from my leaf shape. So I'm going to take a lot of it back off, and again, I just spent quite a while fiddling around with this arrangement. And then I wasn't sure if I was going to use all the colors, and then I go back and forth, and I pull out just the yellows, and maybe I don't like the yellow, or maybe I don't like the blue, and yeah, so I was a little stuck here. So I decided that I thought I needed something to help ground my photo better. And I was just going through my drawers and I pulled out this old roller stamp, which I think is from Glitz Design. I thought, oh, I could use, I could use this wood green stamp on my background. So I did a little practice line there where I knew my photo was going to go. And this particular stamp, roller stamp, has like a line in the middle of the pattern. So you got to you kind of have to line it up correctly so that you don't get like a space in the design. It's a little annoying, but I really like how it looked after I did it. So I'm just going over with, this is just like a chestnut brown ink, and just adding different kind of amounts of ink too. So, and I really think that helped, again, ground my photo a little bit. So I was happy with that design, and I actually pulled out something from my stash to use. Amazing. So here I go again. I'm going to put these back on. Maybe adding those stamped lines will make me feel differently about what I have on here. So I decided to go with fewer leaves. And I also have punched out a couple maple leaves, but smaller ones. So you can see those kind of in the top left of the page right now. So I'm going to scatter those small ones around too, and I think they help balance the design, because originally everything was just kind of one size and kind of boring. So this is how it's going to pretty much end up. The title says Loving This Life, and that came out of that Amy Tan sheet as well. And I wanted to do some journaling on here about this photo. So this photo is every fall we rent a cabin in the Adirondacks, and as I am recording this video, we're going to be headed up again this fall in just 2 days. So anyway, this was a picture of the kids, and they were outside. It was such a beautiful fall day, and they were looking for grasshoppers and crickets in the grass, and it was just so peaceful and quiet, and the sun was just shining just right on the grass and just right on their hair, and they were actually playing nice, and it was just a nice little moment. So I just loved that. It was one of my favorite moments of our trip last year. So after I had that design all done, I felt that the white title was getting lost a little bit over on the left, because part of it was overlapping the brown background, but the other part was getting lost in the white. So I decided to add a circle, a stitched circle, and put the title inside the circle and have the stitched circle go through my photo as well. So I haven't stitched yet, but I have drawn the pencil line for the stitching. Or did I stitch? I don't know. I can't even tell right now. I don't think I stitched yet because I can still see the pencil line. I think I was gluing my photo down to make sure that's to keep it exactly where I had it. I thought to add a little bit more just kind of interest to these leaves. I just doodled a couple lines on them with my micron pen just to kind of make the leaf shape stand out a little bit more. And then I also, oh look, my hair is in focus now. And then I also kind of folded up the leaves like on the vein parts just to give them a little bit more dimension. Even the little ones I'm adding on there as well. I really love taking a kit and challenging myself to find ways to use the colors in different ways for different themes. So, well, there's my stitching. So I'm really glad I used this for a fall page. Okay, so I've erased my pencil lines there. That blue leaf didn't stick apparently. And the large real leaves there, they just add such a soft, really soft look. And I love how you can see some of the punched leaves underneath them. This little die cut here, this little white one, I was like, do I want the pointy end sticking out or do I want the round end sticking out? And I just went with that one, the round end, although I kind of wish it was more pointy, but oh well, whatever. So the rest of this video, I guess I'm just fiddling around the last little bits. I've put the title down and this little sticker to kind of show where my journaling is going to go. I do go in and add a few more leaves in the background just because I felt that once I had them glued down as I had them there, just some of the colors weren't sticking out good enough for me behind those real leaves. So I add a little bit, I think I add another yellow one in the background there. And I did cut out another pointy leaf shape from the white, from the Amy Tan file, and stuck that there in the bottom as well. So here's the thing. I loved the way that these colors looked, but I really wanted to bring in the little orange bits. There were some in the Pink Fresh Studios like die cut pack. There were these orange kind of leafy vine things. You can see them to the right of the screen there underneath my pencil. And I really like how this looks right now without the orange, but I just really wanted to add the orange back in to make it, I guess, more fall-like. And I'm glad I did now that I look back at it. I like it like this, but I also really like it with the orange as well. And I thought that that cute little bird was a nice addition as well. So I'm going through, I decided that my title just wasn't standing out. It was getting really lost. So I just simply outlined it with my black pen, and that definitely made a big difference and really made it stand out a lot more. Plus, when I did that, I felt it picked up the outlines I had drawn on my leaf shapes because I had gone through them and doodled some lines on the leaves as well. So that helped bring that together. A little heart there and little pop dots on the bird. And that just about wraps it up. I think I also forgot to put the date on here. Oh no, I wrote the date in my journaling. I usually put a date stamp somewhere, but I didn't. I just wrote it in there. So there's the final page, and you can see I didn't show this in the video, but I did add those little orange leaves in the background there, and I just love that little pop of color. I love those layers, and that real leaf is just so pretty with the copper. So I hope you can find a way to make this kit work for you for a fall picture. And thanks so much for watching, and stay scrappy, friends. See you soon. Bye.